spring on the NQ futures using a 5-minute time frame. I thought I'd start with this study as it illustrates a clean, classic example of a spring. Although we do dig a little deeper and we'll find out why this is a good spring, because of course we just don't take trades blindly just because it's a spring. What do we know? Well, we're in a downtrend. We fall a little bit fast, a little bit too hard. Volume spike. So we could say this bar is climactic. And the next bar, we see good buying. And then from here, we drift up. During the, what time is this? During the Asian session and during the European session, we kind of grind higher to the US. This is the US Open. We try to drive up. Buyers can no longer sustain. No surprise, we're at yesterday's high. And we come down. We test support here, obviously drawn from the lows of that is yesterday's low. And we dip under to reverse and close firm, hence our spring. So we can buy this on the close. Like I previously said, why would we buy this spring? Let's dig deeper. Now we add structure, we can see that prices adhere to a decent trend channel. Very good for a 5-minute time frame. Then all of a sudden, we fall out of bed, which appears climactic. Why? Well, we have a huge surge in volume. What's important about this climactic behavior here is that we are in an old established trend. Don't forget, this is at a 5-minute time frame. We've been in this trend since the US Open. And climactic action in an old trend can often lead to a reversal, where we spring to reverse back inside the channel. So this is the test. The climactic behavior is the spring. And what's good about this spring is that we spring with lower volume than the original anchor point. This move feels a little orchestrated. Why? Well, look at this bar here. We test the supply line and we get good selling with a spike in volume. And yes, we break this support. However, these bars here are very narrow spread and we're struggling to go down. What do we notice? There is no volume. So volume has declined. It depletes. We slowly drift down after we see good supply. Then all of a sudden, we find supply here and here, where we spring support and trade back within the channel. So this action, this move from these two bars, tests support. As we dip under, we induce a bear trap and also get rid of weak longs. So by piecing the story together, this is a solid spring setup. At this position, where we spring and close back with inside the channel, we are oversold in a trend channel that has held all day. This has contained price since the US Open. It's significant. We know it's been respected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 being the spring bar itself. Then we continue north where we test previous swing high, where we break with good surge in volume. Odds favour higher prices. Simple spring on a 5-minute chart nets 35 points or so. Very good trade. So by piecing the story together, by adding a little structure, this spring has everything going for it. Just to repeat, decent trend channel that holds all day. We see supply emerge from the supply line, to be expected. Then what happens here? We know there's no supply in the market. Why? Well, we can see from the volume and the price action there's no supply. Then all of a sudden we get these two bars. This is testing this area. Why? Because of the high volume over here. It induces a bear trap and gets rid of weak longs before we continue north. And look, at the response. Very good buying. Very good buying indeed. We can also compare this drive down to this drive down. So the selling over here is selling of good quality. We compare the selling to here. This is poor quality, where demand emerges from the spring. But this action here is key. There is no supply. Then all of a sudden we fall out of bed to reverse and close back inside the channel. It's very suspect behaviour. Therefore, we know that this has been orchestrated, designed to get rid of weak longs and also take some stops, some form of bear trap.